press that have joined us via Zoom, we're going to have Ruiz Jr. joining us momentarily. If you'd like to ask a question, go ahead and hit that raise hand icon. And once we have Jesus here, we'll allow you to start asking your questions.
Test 1, 2. Hey. We have Zoom audio coming up. So we should be able to hear Zoom audio. If we have Zoom audio live and active, we should be hearing Zoom audio coming through.
Yes. Okay.
Is that Zoom audio? Is that you, Andy?
Yes, it is.
Sorry, it's John, was it? I'm sorry.
All right, for the press that are joining us via Zoom, we're going to have Jesus Ramos Jr. on the dais here momentarily. If you'd like to ask a question, please hit the raise hand icon at the bottom of your Zoom. We'll allow you to ask a question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Record the quote. Okay. This is Ramos. This is the second time in his career. The first time was 4 rounds, 10 rounds, 2 knockouts. How does it feel to take them 27? Are you comfortable that you can stay in this position, successful with some kind of decision where?
Yes. Like you said, it's my second time going the distance, and that's kind of what we wanted. Of course, we like knockouts, but eventually we knew we had to go the distance. We're glad it happened now at this point in my career, and now when I was fighting for a world title, So I like to thank Javier Molina, for the opportunity as well. He's a great fighter. And I feel strong at 147. This fight was at 150. Unfortunately, 2 days before I got a little sick, and it made it hard to cut weight. So we had to renegotiate. But other than that, I feel good.
What do you got to go back and work on to be the dynamic of the
What I felt like maybe I was looking for a knockout a little too much in the early rounds. I feel like he beat me the first round. I came out a little cold and a little nervous, but I got used to it. I used to this style. I figured it out, and I felt like I was breaking him down little by little. I felt like he was kind of surviving a little bit, so it was kind of hard for me to knock him out. He didn't want to fight. And, even in the later rounds, I was kind of inviting him to come to me. And as soon as he felt my left hand, he kind of just backed off. So it was kind of hard. It's kind of hard to knock an opponent out like that. But, we're just going to keep working. We're going to go back and check the fight out and just keep improving.
Today,
yeah, man. It did feel a little weird coming out and having people yell. It was weird because I got so used to the bubble. It's kind of just going there and do your thing, and you had nobody watching you. Now, you kind of hear the fans in the background. They're yelling for the other fighters. Some are yelling for you, and you kind of get distracted a little bit. But the third, fourth round, you started zoning them out and just concentrate on the fight.
A very high level fight against Joseph. Do you want to step to that fighting guys like you improving and working on?
Definitely. I feel like I learned a lot today. I feel like I'm taking a lot of experience home, and I want to keep building on that. He's a great fighter, Javier Molina is, and just keep building off of that. I feel like I have a lot of momentum right now, and even though we didn't get the knockout, it was a big step up. And you see fighters trying to take this kind of step up, and they don't shine. And I felt like I showed a lot today. Even though I didn't get the knockout, even the later rounds, I showed I had conditioning. And I showed I had good movement. I was kind of showing my defense a little bit, and I felt like I did good.
We have a couple of game questions. Go ahead, Andrew.
Thanks, Kelly. As a reminder for any of the media joining us, if you have a question for Jesus, please hit the raise hand icon at the bottom of your Zoom. We'll start with Michael Rueda. Michael, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Thank you. All right, Jesus, a great performance, man. Good win. What was it that you think made it a little bit harder towards the end of the fight, where it seemed like you weren't able to get off the same type of pressure and hits as you were early in the fight?
At the end, my father told me to kind of just invite him to come to me because we were just pressuring, and like I said, he was kind of just surviving. He was kind of just running. So my dad said just change it up on him. You're winning the fight, so make him come to you. And that's what I'm saying. I tried to invite him in. And he came in and then, just backed off. I don't know why, he didn't pressure me. So that was kind of the tactic, I was just trying to invite him to come in, change the game plan a little bit because I was pressuring him and all he was doing was just moving.
Good. And with this fight, being in May, how quickly would you like to return, maybe at the end of the summer or sometime in the fall?
Yeah, I feel good right now. I didn't take a lot of punishment. There were a few headbutts, and but other than that, I feel good. Hopefully by the end of July we can come back and do it again. I want to stay active like I have until now, and hopefully by the end of July.
Okay, thank you, man, and great performance again.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Michael. Our next question is going to come from Jeremy Harriges from Fansided. Jeremy, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hi, Jesus. Congratulations on an excellent victory. I'm curious, this was your first time going past 6 rounds. How different was it for you, and was it what you expected?
It wasn't very different because in sparring, we were going 12 rounds. We never done it in a fight, but we've always been ready to go the full distance. And, it wasn't different. The rounds kind of just flew by. I was working. I was trying to break him down, but Ruiz is a tough fighter, and he has a lot of experience, so he made it difficult to do that.
I know that you're used to knocking out opponents. Did you have it in your mind that that this is a guy that has a very good chin, and if you need to box him, that you're going to take full advantage of that?
Yes, of course. We came in prepared for this fight. We came prepared for the worst, and the worst was going to decision. And I feel like I showed great conditioning. Like I said, towards the end, we backed off just to try to invite him to come in and try to catch him off the back foot. But he wasn't coming in, so there wasn't much I could do.
Kind of looking at your own performance tonight, how would you rate yourself?
You know what? I'd give myself 6 or 7. I'm not very content with how I came out. He beat me the first round. I know that for sure. I came out kind of just cold and just nervous, trying to soak everything in. And after that, I warmed up and I started catching the rhythm. But he beat me the first round, and I got caught with some shots that I shouldn't have got caught with. So 6 or 7 would be my rate.
Well, I thought you looked excellent. Thank you again for your time and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That's it for the questions over Zoom. Thank you very much, Jesus. Enjoy the win.
Thank you, sir.
You know you lost the first round.
I felt it. I felt it. Yeah. I knew.
Money more after that.
Yeah.
Shout out. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kelly, Kelly. Kelly.
What now? Not yet.
I gotta come track you down because then they're gonna ask me for it.
I know. I hate that part.
For the press that are joining us over Zoom, we should have Sebastian momentarily. If you have a question for him, please hit the raise hand icon at the bottom of your Zoom, and we'll allow you to ask your question when it's time. Thanks.
You can get up there if you want. Okay, we're gonna talk to the press here, and then also on the Zoom.
Mask on, mask off.
Very good out there. It seemed like you could have made it internationally something. Very action-packed fight.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show. I came here. It was the first time in a year that California had a crowd again, and I just wanted to give them a good show, and that's what I think we did. 7 out of 10. We still got the stoppage. I think we could have got stoppage a little bit earlier if we started using our distance. But like I said, I like to fight, and that's just part of me.
Took some punches there. Did you feel anything? And are you happy with the way you reacted?
Yeah, he hit me with punches. This is boxing, and especially if I'm gonna be fighting in the close range, it's gonna happen. But hurt at any time? No. Every time he hit me, I wanted to hit him 2 times back.
Hey, Sebastian, congrats on the win. Seems like you're steadily building up your competition and getting better every fight. So do you think next fight is the one where you really fight the contender, or are you still a few fights away?
Right now, we're ranked number 10 Ring Magazine, so I want everybody above us. Everybody above us. This was just another test, another title eliminator. So who knows? Whatever the team has for us, we'll take it.
Yeah, 154 is obviously loaded, especially when it comes to PBC. You have guys like Julian Williams, Terrell Gache. Obviously, Danny Garcia said he's moving up to 54. Is there a name when you look at the rankings that you say, you know what, I want that guy next?
Well, who are the champions in the division? We have Charlo and we have Castaño. Those are the 2 guys that I think everybody wants to fight, but they're having their unification in a couple months. So we'll see from there. But if anything, I just want those belts. I want to become a champion in this division.
But who do you want next? Like, when you like, who do you think would be the perfect fight for you next?
Whoever they have for us. Whoever they have for us. I don't get to pick this. Got to talk it over with my team, but whoever they have for us.
Let's go to Zoom, please. Andrew.
Andrew, take it away.
Thanks, Kelly. Our first question is going to come from Carlos Toro with Fight Game Media. Carlos, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hey, Sebastian, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us, and congratulations on the win. You mentioned, wanting to face, anybody that's ranked above you. But when it comes to obviously Charlo and Castaño, and you've won a couple of title eliminators already, is there a time frame that maybe you personally would like to see and maybe push to potentially fight the winner of that or fight for a world title, 154 pounds?
Like I said, I can't make that decision myself. I have to talk it over with my team. But maybe in a couple of years, maybe this year, maybe next year, whatever PBC and my father and Samson has planned for us.
Thanks, Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks, Carlos. Our next question is going to come from JR Bell. JR, please unmute yourself, say what outlet you're with, and ask your question of Sebastian.
Yes, this is JR Bell from the Boxing Source. Sebastian, you did talk about, going after anybody that's ranked in the top 10 in Ring Magazine. There is an upcoming fight with Erickson Lubin and Jason Rosario, with Rosario being a former champion. So that could be a potential fight for you in the future. What about that one?
Oh, if they give us the chance to fight one of those top 10 fighters, we'll definitely take it. But like I said, I can't pick them. We never pick it. They just give us who they want, and then we'll take that fight.
Now, what do you think about your development as a fighter there in the ring, going after this particular performance that you had here against Cota?
We're going with every performance. This guy's a tough guy. This guy, everybody said that he was a tough guy and that he was going to give me problems because he's a veteran in the sport. And I think we handled it really well. We used our power. We used our range at times for the stoppage, and we did what we had to do.
All right. Thanks, JR. Our next question is going to come from Michael Rueda. Michael, please unmute yourself, say what outlet you're with, and ask your question.
This is Michael Rueda from 26 Sports. First, Sebastian, good performance, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
During the fight, obviously you got hit with some punches. Did you feel any of his power, or was it just, another day in the park for you and you're able to walk through it as it seemed to us that you were doing?
Yeah, I just feel like I was walked through it. I feel like he hit me with his best and we took it fine. And Every time, like I said, every time he tried to hit me, we try to hit him 2 times back or 2 times harder.
Were you surprised at all that early on in the fight when you were catching him with punches that he seemed to be taking them pretty well, and then eventually you did get to him? But
I feel like he anticipated the power, so he braced himself for those punches, and he was able to handle it in the beginning. But we plan to wear everybody down when we fight them. That's just our style, and it showed that eventually he slowed down, and the punches started adding up, and he was hurt.
All right. Thanks, Michael. And thank you, Sebastian. That's it for the questions from Zoom.
Okay.
Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
There you go.
Sebastian, first of all, man, congratulations.
Thank you.
How satisfying was this victory? I know you mentioned you wanted to stop him sooner than 3 rounds. Were you satisfied with the stoppage in terms of referee stoppage? You thought he had more in him?
No, I think the stoppage is fine. Like I said, we can plan for a knockout the first round, the second round. Things don't always happen the way you want it to happen in boxing or in any sport. So I'm just happy that we got the win, and we got the win in the stoppage form, and we gave the crowd their money's worth.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
For all the media that are joining us on Zoom, we should have Abel in a couple minutes here. If you have a question for him, please hit the raise hand icon down at the bottom of your Zoom. Thanks.
Abel, congrats, man.
Thank you, man.
Great performance on your end. Just overall, how would you encapsulate how the fight went and how you're feeling right now?
The fight went well, man. Omar Figueroa is a very tricky fighter. His defense is very, very awkward, man, but it's effective. And it was hard to catch him clean at first, but I think the fight went as planned.
You know, this could be seen as the break you needed because, you know, you went and fought Ugas in a fight that unfortunately didn't go your way. You came in here now and you get this win and now you're back in it. How are you feeling knowing that, you know, a potential other title shot is pretty close?
Man, that's why I was training so hard for this fight, man. I knew my career was on the line. I knew I had to get a win. So I trained extra hard for this fight, and I knew Omar Figueroa was going to bring a good fight. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm back. I'm glad to be on the winning side again, and I'm ready to take on the big names in the welterweight division.
The corner had told me, I just spoke to him right now, that the doctor stopped the fight because Omar was spitting up blood. Were you aware, first off, that your body punches were doing that much damage? And also, did you notice that he was spitting out blood?
Yeah, of course. In training, that's what worked on the body. This was the game plan from the beginning to, you know, push the points in the body. And, you know, I would hear him like groan and stuff like that. And at the end, I gave him a right hand. I heard him like burp. And I just kept an eye on him, and I saw him spit blood, and I knew the fight was over.
I know you had a chance to go and talk to him after the fight. What did you guys tell to each other?
I just told him, man, he's a warrior, and that I thank him for the opportunity, and he's a warrior, man. I always show respect to my opponents.
It seemed like maybe in the first round, his style was a little complicated, but you quickly figured it out. What would you accredit that to? He's a very awkward fighter.
Yeah, man. Like I said, his stiffness is very awkward. You would think from the outside it's not going to be effective, but it is, man. He's very tricky. He moves his head side to side, and it's hard to catch him clean and hurts your hands at times, you know, hitting him on the top of the head or stuff like that.
And I know he said he will stop you before the 6th round. Was that motivation to get him out? I know you got him out at the end of the 6th round, but did that motivate you a little bit more to go harder?
It was our plan, you know, from the beginning to pressure him and hit him in the body. I was predicting a later stoppage, you know, but it came earlier, so that's good.
All right, Andrew, any questions from Zoom?
Yes, thanks, Kelly. We'll take our first question from Donna Corby. Please unmute yourself. Let us know what outlet you're with, and you can ask your question.
Abel, Donna Corby here from MMA Island. I wanted to ask about the crowd. They really were loud. It sounded like a whole lot more than the 4,000 that's being reported as the attendance tonight. Did you feel a sense of something historic happening as you were sort of entering the ring, when you were landing big punches and hearing that crowd reaction? Because it's the first time in California in well over a year.
Yeah, man, it was great. I missed the feeling of the crowd cheering. When I first came out, my adrenaline was just, man, it was over the roof. And during the fight, man, this just gives you excitement, and we missed that in boxing.
And do you feel like now it's time for the states to start looking at bringing fans back on a permanent basis and trying to get a few more people into these venues?
Yeah, of course, man. Things should be getting back to normal again, and this is what the sport of boxing needs.
All right, thanks, Donna. That'll be it for our questions over Zoom. Thank you very much, Abel.
Anything else here, Marcos?
Just thinking, because you had that fight with Ugas a few months back, would you like to get that back, or do you have your eyes set on something different?
Of course, man. I would love a rematch against Ugas. We had a close fight. I lost a split decision, and I think it's only fair that we can run it back.
And finally, your nephew fought tonight, got the win. You fought tonight, you got the win. I know you guys wanted that with that Ugas fight. Did you have a chance to go and see him and talk about it and let that experience in?
Yeah, man. We're gonna go out and celebrate. We got our family here too, and we got two important wins. My team, my brother. I want to thank him, and we did a hard work, and we got the results.
Thank you, Abel.
Thank you.
Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Whatever I hear in these speakers is what's going to him, so I don't hear a hum.
Do you have any headphones that I can plug into the camera to make sure it's not hitting the camera here? Can you do another test count for me?
Test 1 2 3 4 5. Test 1 2 3. We are doing a test, a final test for the press conference. Heavyweight bout just concluded. We do have a winner. We have Andy Ruiz has the victor. Test 1 2 3 4 5. No hum in the room, no static, no anomaly on the sound. Test 1 2 3 4 5. Check 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2 3 4 5. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Test 1 2 3 4 5.
Can you do one more?
Test 1 2 3 4 5. Test 1 2 3 4 5. Press conference. Post match press conference. Heavyweight bout.
Yep, we're good. Okay. Kelly, we good? Are we good?
I'm just waiting for the press. We're filing this.
Right.
Yeah, I know, they're not ready. have a credit now.
Thank you. Can I get a water?
Yes, on the table.
Oh, thank you.
All good.
Come on, Widow. Oh, really? Thank you, man.
All right, let me get the microphone, please. Hang on.
Piss off, man.
Mike, hang on, Mike. There you go.
You know, I'll take that over them only give me the round that I knocked them down. That's some bullshit, man. Honestly, because a lot of punches he was hitting my gloves. Did he move my head? Yeah, but he didn't fucking hurt me. He never put me in danger, not once, man. And it's really dejecting when I don't even get the respect out of the judges. And I've been putting so much fucking time into the sport. And these motherfuckers like straight up just like fucking rape me and don't even kiss me, dude. That's some fucked up ass shit. Honestly, dude, because you want to say I lost? Fine. Tell me I lost. That's cool. But you're going to tell me that I'm only going to give me one round, the one round that I drop him in, and the rest, like, I lose? Bullshit, man. Bull fucking shit.
I mean, I know you say you're dejected about the judges, and I don't blame you, but you definitely gave a good performance. And this is your guy that said you were going to retire, a year ago. So you got to feel good about that, right?
You know what? I get there's no moral victory here, nothing like that, man. I came here for the win. I came to win. I came to beat Andy. With all due respect, yeah, did he beat me? Yeah, maybe, I give him maybe like 7 rounds, at most. And I'm the one in the ring. I know what's going on in there. And these fucking judges, like straight up, I get no respect from them. No fucking respect. I honestly believe that judges should wear like some noise canceling headphones so they don't get swayed by the crowd. Because, dude, they're all cheering and woo, and they're hitting me with my fucking glove. How is that a fucking point? And you're hitting me on my gloves. You're hitting me with me having my hands up. That's bullshit. My respect goes out to Andy. Yeah, maybe he did beat me, but he didn't beat me the way the judges make it seem, man. And like, it's honestly, these judges need to be held accountable. I'm not feeling like fucking LeBron James. They need to have some accountability and why they scored it like that. Why are you only going to give me 1 round? How are you going to give me just 1 round?
I think you bring up a great point because oftentimes in boxing we hear, oh, well, the right guy won or whatever. But you're right. It's not enough. The judges have to get the rounds right, too. So what do you think is the solution?
One thing, and honestly, I believe that they need to put some headphones on because I feel like they get swayed by the crowd. They do. Just like how Nike, did he beat me? Maybe. But like a lot of punches that I got hit were hitting the gloves. A lot of them were hitting the gloves. You're telling me that's a point? That's a point if you hit me in the gloves? What the fuck? Not like, again, not taking nothing away from Andy. You want to give him the victory? Fine. But don't rape me.
Chris, you're a guy that said that you regretted not giving it more of your all when you were younger, but you're doing your best now, and you got to be pretty. I know you wanted to win, obviously, and there's no moral victories like you said, but you got to be pretty proud of. You dropped him hard. That was no flesh knockdown.
Yeah, I give myself all the credit. I give Joe all the credit because we were trained. We trained hard for this fight. We were ready for this fight, man. Like I never overlooked him, and I did everything I had to do in the gym, man. And well, what can I say, man? I'm dejected. I am. There's no more victory to me. People say, "Oh, you did good, you did great," but like, fuck, these asshole judges see something different. Like, how? How do you guys see that? I don't get it. I got hit in the gloves. I was moving my head. Like, I'm still all right. Like, I didn't come out with no big old black eye. My nose wasn't busted. Like, come on, guys.
Chris, you rocked him there in the second. Did you feel like you really hurt him to perhaps finish the fight?
I absolutely hurt him, but Andy's a very dangerous fighter. We've seen that against AJ, and I didn't want to get caught with a sucker punch, and I wanted to make sure that I measured him and I caught him right. That right hand hit him flush in the chin.
and it put him down. He didn't put me down. And honestly, you could probably watch the fight again. He probably hit me 1 or 2 good times. I hit him countless amount of times with the right hand, and the jab was snapping his head back. Like, he may have speed, he may have power, but he didn't hurt me. He didn't fucking hurt me.
You rocked him hard again in the third. Knees folded. Do you now look back at it perhaps regret that you didn't really push it there in the third?
Nah, man, this is boxing, man. It's a dangerous sport. And I did what I had to do, you know. I was cautious and I was trying to catch him again, obviously. But again, everything behind the jab and everything behind the counter, I wasn't going to just go in there and be an AJ and throw fucking caution to the wind. You know, he was always a dangerous fighter. We're Mexican fighters. We get up and we get up to fight.
Did you see, speaking of fights, did you see the fights in the stands? Did you catch any of that?
Nah, man, I just heard all the crowd like hooting and hollering. I was like, holy shit, there's something going on in the crowd. And I wasn't going to stop and watch, but I did hear them. I did hear the fans.
Did you expect a better Andy Ruiz, how high surrounding the Canelo? Was he better than what he did?
No, I was better. That's the key. I was a better fighter. They didn't expect this Chris Arreola. You know, no disrespect to him. You know, he came out in great shape, and he was in great shape. This fighter would beat AJ, would easily knock out AJ, but he couldn't do that shit to me because I am a better fighter. I came in great condition. I was ready for Andy. Everything he had to offer, I was ready for it, man. And fucking judges, suck my dick.
Chris, I had it 161 and 11. You said you're happy with they're gonna.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll take that. I'll take that all day, you know. Over like 118. Come on, that means they only gave me 1 fucking round. 1 round. Like, honestly, they honestly need to have some accountability. They need to show me how and why they judge the rounds like that. Like, honestly, how? How, dude? A lot of punches. He was hitting my gloves like this. And yeah, did my glove hit my face? Fuck, my own glove hit my face. Sorry. But dude, his glove never touched me in my face in order for them to give him that fucking round, man.
You're always giving it your all. That have we seen the last one? I know you're frustrated, but
you know, these judges just leave a sour taste in my mouth, man. It makes me feel like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this when they're fucking turning around and just raping me? And that's exactly what I got right now. I got it straight up the ass. Like, for reals. Yeah, no Vaseline, Joe. It hurt. I cried.
That's not fair.
I know, it's not fair at all. You know, like, for real, man, like, do I want to fight again? Of course I want to fight again. I'm a fighter. This is what I do. This is what I do for a living. I'm still on the top of the game. I'm still coherent. You still understand what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And it bothers me. It really is bothersome to lose like that.
Yeah, to your point, you said that you were better than they expected, and you were a big time prospect. You were always a talented guy. You admitted yourself that you didn't give it your all earlier on, but now, you know, 2 straight tough guys in Kovnatski and Ruiz. You gave them both really good fights. Why not fight like a Dillian White next? There's Luis Ortiz. Who do you want to fight? So I think there's some really big fights for you still.
You know what? You know, I'm gonna do whatever Al tells me. If I fight a Ruiz again, hell yeah, let's do that shit again. Let's run it back. You know, I think another Ruiz fight will be great. But Dillian White, you know, at the end of the day, Dillian White, is that the steroid guy? Is that the guy that sets his got popped for steroids or some shit? Yep. Whatever. Regardless, man, I don't care. Whoever wants to fight me, they can get it. You know, this fight was just.
Let's go to the Zoom questions, please. Andrew, take it away.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm very just in my own little fucking world.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Thanks, Kelly. We'll take a couple of questions from Zoom now. As y'all can see, we also have Joe Goosen on the dais. Our first question here will come from Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, please unmute yourself, say who you're with, and ask your question.
Hi, this is Jeremy Harridges with Fansided.com. Chris, I noticed that you got hit in like the left shoulder blade somewhere around the 8th round. How did that affect you, and what did you feel for the remainder of the fight?
Nah, it didn't affect me. It's just part of boxing, man. It's just shake it off and keep fucking fighting. You know, it's part of boxing. There's always injuries in boxing. There's always injuries in sparring. You know, that's why we spar so much, you know, because things happen in sparring, and got to learn to overcome them. And trust me, it had no bearing in the fight. It had no bearing on the scorecard. And I kept fighting the way I fight. You know, I kept throwing the jab. And, you know, let's be honest, you know, he had a good jab. He had a good jab himself. But trust me, if you guys look back at it and turn down the volume, I snapped his head back a lot with my jab. A lot more than he snapped my head back.
Your hand speed, your movement around the ring, you looked very quick on your feet. How much do you attribute that to your conditioning and your weight for this fight?
You know what? You guys are always harboring in weight, but it's not about weight. It's about being in boxing condition. That's what I attribute all this moving around, being able to move around. We were in boxing shape. You know, if you tell me to go run a marathon, I couldn't run a marathon right now. But if you tell me to go another 12 rounds, I may be able to go another 12 rounds. I'm in great boxing shape. Let's remember that. We are training for a boxing fight. We're not training to run. We're not training for nothing. You know, me and Joe and Jonathan, we worked every day on our toes, inside, outside, whatever it was. We were ready for whatever we had to do to win the fight.
Thanks, Jeremy. Our next question is going to come from Jim Conlon. Jim, please unmute yourself, say who you're with, and ask your question.
Hi, Chris. I'm just wondering, in those closing last championship rounds, in the corner in the 10th round, did you and your coach feel that you were ahead going into those last two rounds?
No, then we never counted the judges. We never thought that we were ahead. And the thing is, we never talk about that. We talk about working, about winning rounds one by one. And you know what, dude? Honestly, I gave myself one or two of those rounds, man. I wasn't tired. I was never tired. You know, the one thing that I was just very cautious about him, very cautious about his counter punches, very cautious about his right hand. You know, a lot of punches I caught in my gloves. I moved my head. Yeah, I actually moved my head. You know, I countered too. I was countering pretty good too. I wasn't getting no credit for none of that shit. I didn't get no oohs and ahs for that. And it's very dejecting, very pisses me off.
And lastly, for me, Chris, when you knocked Andy in the second round, did you feel at that stage you were going to take him, that the possible another knockout was on the cards in that second round?
You know, I didn't want to get confident like AJ did. You know, talking about Andy, he's one of those fighters that get back up and he throws more punches, and he throws punches with power because he doesn't want to. He has that Mexican spirit, and I had to be cautious. Yeah, I knew he was hurt. He was still hurt even in the fourth round after that. And you know what? That's boxing, man. You know, I respected him a little too much, maybe. I respected maybe his power a little too much, and I didn't go in for the kill. But, you know, with all due respect, I had to do it.
All right, thanks, Jim. We'll throw it back to the venue.
Joe, question for you over here. Yeah. How would you assess Chris's performance tonight?
I thought it exceeded what the boxing world was probably expecting. I think it exceeded what the fans were expecting. The critics, I read a lot of stuff after the weigh-in. I usually don't go on this media or whatever. As I look at it, and everyone's going, wow, it's, I go, they think Chris is like, hasn't trained for this or that he can fight. And so he did what I thought he was going to do. I just thought he was going to knock out Andy Ruiz, tell you the truth. I never told him anything except we're going to win this fight and we're going to hurt this guy. And when he knocked him down in the second round and hurt him in the third, I was very nonplussed. I was just like taking it in stride because I was expecting that to happen. So I was very happy with his performance. I mean, I wish we would have gotten a better shake on the cards. But look, again, and I've said it before, I said it after the Kovnatski fight, there are very few times you can fight and lose on the scorecards, but win. You know, you win the public You win the boxing fans, maybe the press, the promoter for sure. I had California commission officials coming up to me going, "Wow, we were blown away." That was like an incredible. We didn't expect Chris to box, number one, or to hurt Ruiz. See, Chris never got wobbled. He never got hurt. He never got dropped.
Yeah. So CompuBox said Chris landed 109 punches and Andy landed 161. And none of the judges gave Chris anything after the third. What do you think went wrong, perhaps, that Chris was not getting any rounds awarded to him?
I don't know. If you look at the...
I say the crowd.
Oh.
I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna say the crowd. Because every time I got hit, like honestly, you guys watch it again, I get hit in the gloves and the crowd goes wild. Because, you know, obviously he's strong and he's going to move me, but he didn't hit me. How you going to score something like it's hitting me in the gloves? What the?
Yeah, we worked very hard on blocking and head movement. Chris blocked 99.9% of those left hooks. Did he get hit with a couple of hooks? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a fight. But all the big ones, because he kept repeating himself, we throw that right hand, that quick hook off of it. And we were expecting it. We knew what we had to look out for. So, but we put as many rounds in defensively in the gym as we did offensively. So we were prepared for it. And I thought Chris did an outstanding job defensively.
Chris, what was the deal with your left arm? I noticed you were shaking it a bunch. You were looking at maybe your elbow, your arm, your hand.
You know, it was like once, I was probably after the 9th round, he hit me like in the shoulder blade and I almost felt like he almost dislocated my shoulder. Like for real, he's a strong dude, man. And, you know, I just had to shake it off and just keep fighting, man. It's just part of boxing, man. You know, I'm an old dude. You know, there's a couple of things that cricks and crackles and shit like that. But other than that, man, it did not affect me. I kept throwing the hand. I kept throwing my jab and stuff like that. And honestly, when I threw my jab, I snapped his head back a couple times, more than a couple times, man.
And lastly, you know, in Andy Ruiz, he's younger, of course, and he's a guy like yourself that's battled some weight issues and, you know, scrutiny. What do you see in him that maybe reminds you of yourself, or like where do you see him going? I guess.
Wherever he wants to go. And to be honest with you, you know, he's gonna have another opportunity. He's gonna have more opportunities to prove himself. You know, and if he wants to running back, God willing, let's do it again. You know, this wasn't a bad fight. It was a great fight in my eyes. And you know, wherever we go, I'm ready. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with keep fighting. I'm okay with retiring. I'm okay with whatever happens, man.
Well, Wilder and Andy now, who wins if they fight each other?
Andy. And the only reason to say Andy is because, you know, his hands feeding and he's relentless. But, you know, then again, let's think about this. If he stays on the outside, Wilder chews him up. He can't do that. You know, he has to get his ass in the inside, move his head, and get back in there, you know. But I'll be Wilder my damn self.
Thank you.
We done? Yes.
One interview over here for you. We gotta come down. Right here for you. Thanks.
We'll start press questions for Andy Ruiz, please.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, you guys did good. Of course, just fucking rest here. So got to get back. No, I just couldn't find my distance. Bro.
Bueno.
Yeah. All right, brother. We'll see you. Yeah. Right. Keep in contact.
Hey, you did good.
This is the guy at the night right here.
Yeah.
Junior, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Metro Boomin, make it ball.
Hey, relax.
Hey, Andy. Congratulations on the victory. Obviously, first fight with reigning trainer of the year. Of course, it takes some time to work on things, I'm sure, different camps. What did you learn in your first fight with Eddie?
I gotta get back to work. You know, we learned a lot with throwing the combinations and all that, but I think the rustness it showed. So I got to get back in the ring. Haven't fought in a year and a half, and you know we could have done more, but you know Chris Arreola was a tough guy. You know, I kind of underestimated him, and he got me with the clean right hand, and he did good.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a lot of ring rust, quick wake up call there with the round two, and then Joshua, you were knocked down and stormed back. So was it? I mean, obviously you don't want to get knocked down, but was it good to maybe get the resiliency again, show your heart?
Of course, you know, like I said, when you go down, you can climb back up. You know, you just gotta pray to God, and that's exactly what I did when I got dropped, and you know, we got the victory.
Hey, Andy, did you feel you were trying to force the knockout early on? You came out, you like exchanged with him, and you got caught. You feel that was your mistake? What did Eddie tell you? It appears you gained your composure throughout the fight.
No, I feel like I could have done a lot more, you know, a lot more that we practice in the gym, but I think that rustness kind of happened. But you know, I couldn't really get my distance, but he did a really good job, you know. I think I should have put my hands a little bit more up, bob and weave a little bit more, but you know, things happen. But just got to get back to the gym, back to the ring, and stay busy.
How would you rate this performance?
It was probably like 60%. You know, I feel like I could have done a lot more. But like I said, like the ring rust, it was a little different. And you know, I feel I should have just stayed more in the ring.
Andy, there in the second round when you got dropped, you came back and started firing off, and the flurry looked a lot like your fight with Anthony Joshua. Was that going in the back of your mind that you're about to go through hell again to get through this fight?
Yeah, of course. You know, like I said, you get dropped, you got to climb back up, and I think that's the Mexican warrior of us true fighters. You know, we get dropped, we got to come back even stronger. And you know, thanks to God, we got the victory. But it was a pretty tough fight. You know, he got me with the clean right hand, but I don't feel I was like super hurt, but I didn't see it, and you know, I just gotta do much better for the next fight, and you know, stay busy. I think that's what happened with the long layoff.
How did it feel fighting at 256 today?
It felt good, but I think that ring rust, I couldn't find my distance, you know, but Chris Arreola did a good job.
What did it feel like having Eddie in the corner? Do you feel like he was the missing ingredient from a strategy perspective to really change the course of that fight? Because you got rocked in the third too, and you were there in deep waters there for a second again.
Yeah, for a minute, like I said, I think the ring rust and putting my hands down a little bit, I kind of got overconfident with him, you know, and he got me with the clean shot. But the main thing is that we came back stronger, and you know, I won the fight.
And the question for Eddie, how would you assess Andy's performance tonight?
¿Cómo crees que hice la pelea?
Miren, lo más
¿qué te pareció el
lo más importante que pasó esta vez para Andy Ruiz fue que logramos meterlo a la disciplina, logramos perder kilos que le sobraban, logramos reactivarlo otra vez al boxeo.
The most important thing here is that we were able to provide him with discipline. We took some weight off, and we were able to reactivate passion and his love for boxing.
Mentalmente no es el mismo Andy Ruiz de hace un año, mentalmente está muy por encima de ese Andy Ruiz que perdió con Joshua. Sabemos y tenemos confianza en el trabajo que estamos haciendo y sí les aseguro que pronto va a ser campeón del mundo. Yo tengo mucha confianza en él y lo más importante es que ganamos y hizo cosas también que no había hecho en otras peleas.
Mentally, he's so far above and beyond from the time that he lost to Joshua. And I can promise you this, he's going to be a world champion once again. We're going to keep working hard and we're going to keep achieving what we want to achieve.
Hubo una cosa que dijo ahorita Andy Ruiz que me llamó mucho la atención y se las quiero compartir. Cuando se estaba cambiando ya ahorita después de la pelea, dice, ya me quiero ir al gimnasio, ya quiero regresar al gimnasio. Entonces creo que eso es muy importante para él.
Something that Andy told me just now, and I want to share it with you guys, is that as soon as his fight was over and Andy was, getting dressed, he told me, I want to go back to the gym again and, get back to work. And that made me so happy. And
Y esa es la mentalidad de un campeón y de alguien que quiere llegar a ser campeón mundial otra vez. Y la verdad, con eso me voy. Estoy muy contento y lo quiero felicitar por todo lo que, todos los huevos que le echó en la preparación.
That's the mentality of a world champion. And I want to congratulate him. That's what a world champion does. And all credit to him for winning this fight.
Is the plan to lose more weight, Andy, or you're going to just stick at this weight?
I think I'm going to stick at this weight, but get more tightened up, I think the ring rust really showed. So, but like, again, I didn't fight no bum, this guy's a veteran. He knows exactly what he did and how he trained. He was really hard and really prepared for this fight. And like I said, I kind of underestimated him, but Chris Arreola he did good. But the main thing is that he dropped me, I got back up and I pursued and got the victory.
Eddie, felicidades por la pelea. Eddie, ¿cuál fue el mensaje que le diste a Andy entre el segundo y el tercer round cuando se vio en aprietos para calmarlo, para quizá regresarle la táctica al
Pues que se relajara, que se calmara, incluso en el segundo round él cerró bien y que no cometiera los mismos errores que lo hicieron, que lo tumbaran. Estaba bajando un poco a la izquierda, lo agarraron en un contragolpe. Entonces creo que lo más importante es que a partir del tercer o cuarto round empezó a meterse en ritmo la pelea y hizo las cosas de su manera.
Okay, so the question was that what did you tell Andy between the second and the third round when he was kind of wobbly? And Eddie's response was that I told him to focus, calm down, he was letting the left hand get to him a little bit. So I just told him to refocus and, get his head back in the game. And that's exactly what he did. And now another question in Spanish. I'll translate.
Actually, for Andy, have you received any text, any call from Canelo after the fight? And what did he say?
No, not yet. We just, the fight was just over, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit me up and tell me, you should have fucking put your hands up and this and that. But like I said, the ring rust showed, and as long as we got the victory, and I got to get back to the gym. It's not like if I look super bad, I threw my combinations, I got them with good shots, they got me with good shots. I thought we gave the fans what they wanted to see, but I did underestimated him, but we got to get back to the gym. The main thing, get back to the gym, stay disciplined, and keep working forward.
Andy, you're talking a lot about ring rust and everything, but you did get the win. And last time I saw you was in Saudi Arabia where, you were ejected, you were upset that you said you didn't give it your all. I know you trained a lot harder this time. You must feel good now.
Yeah, of course. But, I didn't do the performance that I wanted to do. But like I told everybody, I'm not going to I'm not going to be 120% like from all the years, that I haven't fought. But as long as we got the victory, we did pretty good. But I feel I could have done a lot more.
You talk about ring rust. We hear it a lot in boxing. It's a big problem. But of course, Eddie has Canelo. Canelo's fighting. He fought in December. He fought in February. He's fighting again in May. Is that something you want to do, or something close to that, where you can stay active and get your name out there more, make more money,
exactly,
better shape?
Exactly. I got to stay busy. I got to stay focused. And I've been out of the game for a year and a half or a little bit longer. So I got to stay active. I got to stay busy, and I want to fight again, probably like in 2 or 3 months. I want to stay busy because I did felt the ring rust, and
I don't want to feel that again. You know, I got to get back in the gym for sure.
Yeah, I was talking to Luis Ortiz earlier today. He said he was here to scout you out. He wants you next. Have you heard who you're fighting next year, or what might be a possibility?
I haven't yet, but just got to talk to Saul Heyman, and you know, I think that would be an exciting fight as well. You know, me and Luis Ortiz, but I just got to get back in the ring. Got to get back onto training so I could feel good, feel better, and take this ring rust out of here. I'm actually happy that it lasted 12 rounds. You know, because you know we did the rounds, but you know, got to get back to the gym.
I'm going to take a couple Zoom questions. Andrew, go ahead. 2 questions from Zoom, then we'll come back to the room.
Thanks, Kelly. Our first question is going to come from Jeremy Harridges with Fansided. Jeremy, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Andy, congratulations on your victory. Looking at the CompuBox stats from round 6 onward, your punch output increased and your accuracy increased. Did you feel a moment within the fight where you started to feel more comfortable and it kind of came easier to you?
I did. I started feeling more comfortable later after the rounds were getting longer, and you know, I think the first to 4th round I was feeling the rust, but I was getting back to my style, back to my rhythm. But you know, I know I could have done a lot better, but you know, things happen, and I just got to get back in the ring.
Thanks, Jeremy. Our next question is going to come from Emmanuel Campa. Emmanuel, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hola, Andy. Hola. Preguntarte, ¿qué crees que siga para ti ahora? ¿Va a estar ocupado? Obviamente, parece que va a estar ocupado todo el año en los cinturones completos. Preguntarte si te gustaría enfrentar a Deontay Wilder. Hay otros nombres, ¿no? Usyk, por ahí. ¿Qué te gustaría para este resto del 2021?
The question is for Andy, what he has in mind for the rest of 2021. There is lots of names out there.
Pues ahorita me quiero poner para atrás para ring, para el gimnasio, quiero practicar más. Eso es lo que me faltó más, a entrenar más, pero era una gran experiencia. La rueda no era algo fácil o nada así. Él vino para pelear y pues hice lo que tenía que hacer, y pues ahorita es disfrutar la victoria y ir para atrás para el gimnasio para comenzar a aprender más.
Well, Andy's saying that this was a great experience against Arreola, but it's time to go back to the gym to continue training and getting better. That's a plan for the rest of 2021.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Our next question is going to come from JR Bell. JR, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
All right there, Andy. Going over the course of this particular fight, you were using that punch to the body or jab to the body. How important of a weapon is that, you know, in this particular fight that you had against Chris Arreola to break him down over the course of those rounds?
It was really important to break him down here and there, but when I was seeing the fights, every jab that I was giving him in the body, I was putting my hand down, and I think that's when he caught me with the right hand. And during those rounds, I started recognizing the right hand, and I started slipping him a little bit more. But you know, he got me with the good right hand, and I got back up, and you know, I finished the job and did what I had to do. But of course, I had to break him down.
All right, thanks, JR. We'll throw it back to questions at Dignity Health.
Andy, before you walked into the room, Chris was very, very upset with the way the judges scored the fight. 2 judges gave him only the 2nd round. The 3rd judge gave him the 3rd round as well. He felt the fight was a lot closer than what it ended up being scored as. Did you feel the fight was close at any point? And did you feel Arreola was also fading towards the last half of the fight, and you were clearly the stronger fighter?
Yeah, I think he was doing pretty good. I think he won more than 2 rounds. I agree with him. And like I said, the ring rust really, I really felt the ring rust, and it kind of showed. I felt I could have done a lot more, but I think the body shots and the combinations that I was giving him, I kind of broke him down a little bit. And, you know, I don't think you could have really adjusted the right hand anymore after he clocked me. But, you know, things happen for a reason. I got to get back in the gym, and it was a really great experience.
Question for you, Eddie. You said that Andy will no doubt be a world heavyweight champion once again. of course, like we said, it takes time to work on things. We saw with Oscar Valdez that, everything didn't click until later on. Now it clicked. Andy said he wants to fight in 2 or 3 months. How many more fights would you like Andy to get before he fights for a world title again?
Eddie, la pregunta es que ¿cuántas peleas te gustaría que Andy tenga antes de pelear por un título mundial, considerando que recién acaba de volver después de un parate bastante extenso?
Pues me gustaría otra pelea, de pérdida mínimo, otra pelea para entrar en más ritmo y mínimo unos 4 o 5 meses de estar entrenando en el gimnasio. Como ustedes saben, en la pandemia también paró mucho los entrenamientos, entonces él prácticamente viene de entrenar 3, 4 meses ya en un buen nivel, entonces 6 meses, en 6 meses estamos listos para que le pongan más que sea.
I would at least want him to have 1 more fight and 4 or 5 months of consistent training. Overall, give him 6 months and he will be ready.
We'll finish up 2 questions to Marcos, and we're done.
Andy, can you, and also Eddie, can you guys talk about the adjustments you guys made in the fights to get past, the knockdowns and you getting stunned by Chris in order to get the decision that you guys got?
Well, I had to toughen up. He got me with the clean right hand. I was dropping my left hand a little bit, and he caught me. But we made adjustments. We got the victory. I had to break him down here and there, and I think we both did an exciting job, and we gave the fans what they wanted to see.
We all asked Chris this, and us seated here in the arena. I believe, like in the 4th round, a big old brawl happened in the stands. Were you aware of that? Did you see what was going on?
No, I didn't see until one of my homies told me that there's a few fights over there. They're probably like, "Hey, this is Chris Arreola. No, this is Andy," and they're all fighting each other. But that's excitement. That's excitement. That's what people want to see. Not the brawls in the stadium, but things happen. But I think we gave the fans what they wanted to see. I felt I could have done a lot more, but like I said, the ring rust really showed, and I felt it.
Finally, Andy, how good did it feel to hear the reaction from the crowd when you stepped out and during the fight?
Another reaction. Some of them were booing, some of them were happy, some of them were applauding. But like I said, things happen for a reason. Arreola did an amazing job. There's nothing bad to say about him. He came here to fight. He came here to win. He's not a easy fight. So I kind of underestimated him a little bit, but we got the victory though.
Any closing comments, Andy, and then we'll wrap it up. Any closing comments?
I just got to get back in the gym. Got to get back in the gym, and I know that rust showed, but I think the strong in me, and when he dropped me, I was still praying to God. I was like, please give me that strength. I need to get back up. I need to win this fight. And what do you know? We end up winning the fight. And I just gotta get back in the gym and be active. I'm ready to fight again, probably like in 2 months. And I'm just gotta be active.
Okay, thank you. AJ, we've seen you this whole promotion. What do you have to say for final thoughts?
I just gotta say, I'm just too proud of my dad when he won the fight and stuff, and my dad did good. Chris Arreola did good too, and stuff. But thanks to God for everything.
You're a good son. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.